in all the fields and are making success, whereas a major role in nurturing and also building up family. Based on this, I would like to give a message to each and every women. If your family is indisciplined and corrupted, then your entire society will be indisciplined and corrupted. But if your family is peaceful, then your entire society and your nation will be peaceful. Therefore, I would like to encourage each and every women present here. Let us all come forward and join our hands together to make our society a beautiful place. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now we will witness a special presentation from fall semester students. Friends, you may kindly take your time. Hello. Good morning, one and all. Today, on International Women's Day, we celebrate the strength, resilience, and determination of women around the world. We honor the struggles they have faced and the triumphs they have achieved. Now, we'll present a short narrative on The Unwanted Daughter, a story that highlights the societal expectations and challenges faced by women in their journey towards empowerment. In a small village, a young mother, Nina, gave birth to a baby girl. But her husband Raj was disappointed, believing a girl child was a burden. In a society where boys were prized and girls were often seen as a liability, Raj's reaction was not uncommon. The pressure to produce a male heir was overwhelming and girls were often viewed as a disappointment. As the child grew, Nina struggled to persuade Raj to let her attend school. But Raj refused, believing education was a waste for a girl. The societal norms reinforced his belief and Nina's bliss fell on deaf ears. The village was steeped in tradition and bias. Girls were expected to stay at home, learn domestic chores, and marry young. Education was seen as a luxury for boys, and girls were denied the same opportunities. Despite the odds against her, the child remained determined to succeed. With Nina's unwavering support, she vowed to prove her father wrong and make a better life for herself. The mother took it upon herself to educate her daughter, shouldering all the responsibilities. Meanwhile, inspired by her mother's tireless effort to make means, the daughter worked hard and earned a scholarship to study at a neighboring college. Years later, the daughter returned to her village, a successful and independent woman. She proved her father's doubts wrong and showed him that a girl's education was not a waste but a valuable investment. The father, seeing her daughter, apologized and he earned forgiveness. The daughter's success inspired other girls in the village to pursue their dreams. Slowly, the societal norms began to shift and girls were given more opportunities to education and independence. The daughter's journey was a testament of power and determination and education. She broke free from the shackles of societal expectations and forged a new path, inspiring others to do the same. As we celebrate International Women's Day, let us remember the struggles of women like Nina and her daughter. Let us honor their strength and resilience, and let us continue to work towards a world where all women and girls have the opportunity to reach their full potential.
Wow, that was so much related to what we are still facing right. Do you agree on that? Sure, right. Unwanted daughter, how wonderfully and beautifully they displayed the true harsh treatment and reality a daughter woman faces in the society, in the family, right? So thank you so much once again to the fourth semester students for the wonderful presentation. Shall we all give a big round of applause for them once again? Okay, now we will give the time to our today's team speaker, Mrs. Manjuli Bunsoy, Chairperson, Child Welfare Committee, OCA. Ma'am, can you kindly take your time?
students present here. A very good morning to you all and wishing you all a very happy International Women's Day. At the very outset, I would like to extend my sincere thanks and gratitude to the program committee for giving me the privilege to stand here and share a few words on our team today. For all women and girls, rights, equality, and empowerment. It is a great privilege for me to be standing here and to say the rights of women, because I'm also an alumni of this college, and it gives me an immense pleasure. My daughter also graduated from here, and it's like a college for our family. Now, when we look into the International Women's Day, we all know that it originally originated from the 20th century labor movement and demands for better working conditions, voting rights, and equal opportunities officially recognized by the United Nations in the year 1977. And since then, we have been celebrating, but in our society, if I'm not wrong, I think we have started celebrating this International Women's Day just a few years back only. And that too, during my tenure as the president of the Lotai LMO, because I was a president of the Lotai LMO from the year 2015 to 2018. So during my time, I think that was the first time that we women celebrated International Women's Day. And right after that, in the colleges, in the schools, and then the administration also, they have started celebrating this Women's Day. So today also, the other group, administration, they have organized, and then they're having this celebrating Women's Day from our hall. So that's how we have been celebrating. And then today we are here to celebrate the Women's Day. So this Women's Day is a day and an occasion to acknowledge the invaluable contribution of women in different roles as a mother, daughters, professionals, or leaders. And it is also a global day celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievement of women. It is also a day which reminds us of the importance of empowering women, ensuring the safety, eliminating discrimination in all its forms. So, basic on our today's theme, rights, equality, and empowerment, I would like to share you a few rights of women. Some of you may be wondering how chairperson of the Child Welfare Committee is here trying to speak on the rights of women. But I was also president of the Lotai Leho, and now I'm an advisor in the Lotai Leho, as well as an executive member of the Central Naga Women Association. So whatever little knowledge that I have regarding women's rights, I will try to share it to you. It may not be up to your expectation, but please bear with me. And then since English is not our language, in the middle of my speech, Lotai and Vietnamese may also pop up, but please bear with me. So as I said, women's rights are the rights and entitlement claimed by women and girls in many societies. In some countries, these rights are supported by law and local custom, whereas in some countries, they are ignored and suppressed. They differ both in notion of human rights through claims of an inherent historical and traditional bias against the exercise of rights by women and girls in favor of men and boys. So the first point of women's rights is the right to vote and participate in the political process. Women's rights have often been overlooked when it comes to matter of the political process. times, women have not had the right to vote. We all know that women are not given the right to vote because the men in the family, they used to decide. And then that is the practice that has been going in our society also. The head of the family, what the village council decides is that the head of the family will vote for the whole family. And we are not given our right to even go and vote for we are not given the right to exercise our franchise also. So we have every right to go and vote. Even if your parents or even if someone make a decision that the head of the family will vote, you have to stand for your right. And now when we come to the political process or taking part in a political forum, we all know that women are not given any chance. Even we have the confidence, we have the privilege, and we have the opportunity. What the men folk, excuse me sir if I say that, but what the women folk feel is that as a woman, you have to stay inside, you have to be a homemaker only. That's what they feel. Now we all know that during my tenure as the president, we voted for the 33 women reservation. Along with the other tribal hosts, we had a lot of meeting. Every now and then we gathered together how to go about, but the men folk, they kept on oppressing us. They fought. We fought for our right, we fought for the 33 reservation. Of course, there were some women who felt that 33 women reservation is not needed in our society. For the privileged women, I say that they don't need any reservation. But for the weakest section of the society, we need the reservation. That's why we fought a lot. And in our society also, I got all the criticism because I was the president, but still then, I did not hesitate or I did not teeter about all those things. I just went ahead. And then at last we got the reservation. So during the last concluded council election, many told that I would stand for the council election. And then I got a call from my friends also asking me whether I won the election or not, but I did not take part because I did not fight for that reservation for myself. As I said earlier, I fought for the weakest section of the society. So that is how we women have to fight for the weakest section. We should not think only of ourselves. So that is one right where we have to fight for ourselves. And then the second point is the equal access to education and job opportunities. When we say equal access to education and job opportunities, just now we have seen a play from the 4th semester students. The girls, they were not given any education. Even in the rights of children, this is very much included there. The rights of children for education. So women from all socio-economic backgrounds should be supported in the pursuit of knowledge and career choice. Women face more barriers than men when it comes to accessing and participating in educational and professional settings due to social stigma on lack of confidence in their abilities and potential. So when we look into the past histories of our forefathers, we find that many of the families, when they have a girl child, they were barred from getting any education. Even my mother was sent to school up to class 2 only, just to know how to read and how to read the Bible and the hymn book. So she was sent up to class 2 only. After that, she had to go to the field to work for the family. So that is what is happening in the society. Now, just an example of giving equal access to education. I just want to cite an example of my friend too. Most of the parents, when it comes to giving education to the girls, feel that when the girl child graduates from college, they feel that that is the end of their education. They don't want their daughter to go for further education. So one of my friends, when her daughter graduated, when her daughter cleared her master degree and wanted to go for a PhD degree, she started complaining, hey, you're a girl, and I don't want to send my daughter for any further education because she has completed her master degree, so I felt that that is enough for her. She was complaining all those things to me. So I told her, hey, you're also a leader of the women organization, and if you start saying such things, how are you going to educate the women? How are you going to educate the society? That's what I told her. And after that, she sent her daughter for PhD degree. Now she has got her doctorate degree. So that's how we, in this present society also, that's how we feel. So we have to give education, we have to give equal access of education to all. And then not only that, but for job opportunities also. When it comes to job opportunities, some of the women, just recently, we had a discussion among the women folk, and then one woman was saying that, though it's not a job of the woman, my daughter had to take up that because there was no one. It's not that. Whatever comes our way, we have to grab the opportunity. There is no difference between men's job and women's job. Regarding the job, I would like to cite one example also here. During my teaching time, I was a teacher in the private institution for the last 20 plus years also. So during the time, we used to have prepared a lunch by ourselves. And then one day it happened that one of the male teacher was also sitting with us. So jokingly, we asked the male teacher, okay, today sir, please prepare tea for us. We didn't mean that, but we just teasingly asked him to prepare tea for us. And then he started shouting at us, it's not a man's job, it's a woman's job. No, it's not that. Every man and woman, we have to share the same job. Even in our household, whether be in household or be outside, everywhere, we have to share it. Now the third point which I would like to say is the protection against domestic violence. This is the most important thing and the rights of women that I used to emphasize in my speech everywhere when I speak about women's rights. Domestic violence is a major human rights violation that affects all over the world. It is often seen as a private issue, but it is a matter that needs to be brought into the public sphere to address the root cause of this problem. Women should not have to suffer in silence. They have the right to live free from fear and abuse. Governments, communities, and individuals must take responsibility for creating an environment that protects victims of domestic violence and empowers them to seek help. Now, most of the time, what we do is that even if we see a family, a woman who is being abused by her husband, we just try to be a mute spectator only. But how do we help them? We have every right to help those women who are very much in need and then who are facing a lot of abuse. We have ways to help them. How do we help them? We have, in our district also, we have the Saki One-Stop Center, where they used to help a woman who are being abused by their husband. Not all women faces these abuses, but there are some women who are being abused every night and then, night and day. Every now and then, they are being abused by their abusive husband. So what we have to do is that as a concerned citizen and as a woman of the society, you just dial up 181. That is the woman helpline. 181, just dial up because your identity will be kept hidden. Your identity will never be disclosed. Report the incident to them, and then the rest, they will take up the matter then. And then they'll have to see how to go about with that. So don't just be a mute spectator, but come forward to make this world a better place. So all women, they have the right to be treated with respect and dignity, no matter where they live or what their background is. That's what it says. So we have to be very vigilant, and then we have to extend our helping hand to them. Now the next right is the right to fair and equal wage. Women often face lower wages than men for work of an equal caliber. This is a clear sign that gender inequality is still very much present in our society. Women should be provided with the same rights and opportunities as their male counterparts when it comes to employment and access to higher paying roles. Now when we say the right to fair and equal wage, even in our present society, when we hire a woman, the daily wage of a woman is lower than the man, isn't it? That's what we are facing now. Whereas the work that men and women are doing is equal. So we have to fight for that. We have to fight for that also. That is one of our rights, one of the women's rights. So we have to keep that in mind also. Now the next one is to right to own and inherit property. The right to own and inherit property. That is also one of our rights. Many women are often denied the right to own property or inherit wealth from their families. Women must have access to economic resources and opportunities to be able to participate fully in society and make their own decision about the future. So we have every right to inherit our parents, our families' property, okay? Now, an example, last year, the local students union, they had a cultural program, inter-schools and colleges, cultural program. And then during the time, they had a debate on the topic, women should also inherit traditional lands and properties. Now, during the debate, I was also a judge there. The male students, they spoke in favor of the women, and the girls, they were against this. So at the end of the debate, they gave me a time to share my opinions. So what I told them is that inheriting properties from our family, from my father, I can inherit any kind of property. If my father is willing, and then if we have enough wealth and resources, I can inherit from my father. But traditional property, traditional lands, we cannot inherit because that is the custom, that is the tradition that we have been